Hey everybody, welcome to my News of the Day video, and if you're a regular watcher, you'll notice the buzz is gone. The buzz is gone from the sound. Sorry, I was using a microphone that gave me a buzz that I didn't realize was there, and I switched back to my camera microphone. So there you go. So sorry everybody, and the problem seems to be fixed. Okay, let's get right into News of the Day. So the first is kind of a fun story. Cale Fleury and Nick Suzuki. They are off-ice roommates. And apparently, Cale Fleury is the better cook between the two. They like to play board games and watch TV. Sounds like a dating show. I'm an announcer for a dating show. Okay, so I thought that was pretty interesting that Fleury and Suzuki are off-ice roommates. Thomas Tatar is not worrying about contract negotiations. Let me see what I got on that. So he says with the pandemic and the phase 3 and 4 of the return to play, he's got enough on his plate that he doesn't need to worry about contract negotiations. Now, the reason they can negotiate with him is he is a free agent after the following season, 2020-21, and because it's after July 1st, he's allowed to renegotiate. They're allowed to renegotiate a new contract and even sign him to a new deal so that he doesn't actually go to free agency. So he's not worrying about it. He's concentrating on the games being played and the training camp and all that. And when negotiations happen, then maybe he'll have some worry, but I don't think so. In my opinion, this is my opinion, Noah Juleson won't see any game action. Just based on some comments from Claude Julien, even though there were some really nice ones, but to me the main one was he's worried about his delayed development because of the time he missed. And he didn't get very many games coming back. That's like 3 games or something before the suspension of the season. So he didn't get a lot of games coming back. Yes, he's probably 100% healthy. He may even look good in camp. He'll have to be kind of, my opinion now, remember, lights out when he's in camp that for him to make the team to play any games. That's my opinion. Next up is my hot take. That was my hot take. USA Hockey's Summer Showcase was canceled. That's the thing that Cole Caulfield and Jaden Struble they were invited to this, and I believe Caulfield played in it last summer, and I reported on it happening, I want to say a couple of weeks ago on one of the News of the Days, and I kind of questioned, like, I don't know how they're going to do it when the NHL, is struggling a bit trying to get that done. I don't see how this kind of thing being thrown together for the junior players was going to work, and with the rising numbers there in the States, I'm not surprised this got shut down. The Rogers Arena in Edmonton, that is going to be used for the hub, the Edmonton hub for the Phase 4, flooded yesterday. It's a really big story. I think a lot of people are making more of it than it is. It looks like. I don't have the 100% of everything, but apparently the areas that the NHL is going to need is not going to be affected by this. They still have 2 weeks to clean up. It's a big job, I'm sure. There was a huge rainstorm last night in Edmonton, and lots of water in the arena. But apparently it's in a certain section of the arena, and it doesn't really affect everything. That's what I've heard so far. It's not a really big story, nothing much to report on, and it looks like the Phase 4 game should not have a problem to happen as long as they're going to go forward with Phase 4. What's up next? The Toronto Maple Leafs told to stop using on-ice officials at practice. So because Toronto is one of the hubs, I imagine the officials have kind of gathered there that are going to be used for the games. And Toronto is using them in practice, 2 referees and 2 linesmen. And it kind of, it gives them an advantage. A small one. It is kind of small. And it's probably nothing that much. But, it helps them be a little sharper, working with the referees that are actually going to be there. So they've stopped doing it. The NHL agreed with the complainers, which are, they said, rivals. I think all 30 teams are rivals of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And so they stopped doing it. The coach, Sheldon Keefe, made a joke about it. And, use your own people. You're only allowed a certain amount of people in the practice arenas at any particular time. So use your own people to do it. Other teams are doing that. They can do it too, and that's what they started doing. But it's kind of like, to me, as a Habs fan who doesn't really like the Leafs, it's kind of like they tried to cheat and they got caught. That's my opinion. Have it the way you want. BCHL planning December 1st restart. So that's the British Columbia Hockey League. So the BCHL, they are planning to restart December 1st. I don't have any more details than that, but that's also the day that the NHL is planning to start the 2020-2021 season. So that's kind of interesting. I imagine they're hoping that things go well and they can learn a lot from how the NHL is doing it. The question for me is, how are they going to do it without the fans? This is the big thing. So if they can pull this off and restart and everything's good, it's really good because the junior players, the amateur players, even the professionals in the lower leagues, they need a place to play, and especially for the junior players to develop, and well, for all those leagues to develop, and without fans in the stands, I don't. That's the question: is how are these leagues going to manage to stay afloat? And I don't know how BCHL is going to do it. I imagine their plans are going to come out over the next little while, and we'll find out. But hopefully that would mean if they can do it, then like the CHL, the WHL, the AHL, the ECHL, they may be able to do it as well and be able to stay afloat without fans in the stands until fans can be starting to show up. So I think it's really interesting that they're announcing, and on the day that the NHL is announcing to start for the next season. So anyway, hopefully, I mean, best of luck to them. Hopefully that'll get done because it would be like really good if they can get that done. Okay, so there's been the awards have been, the nominees have been announced. I guess I haven't done a news of the day for a few days, so this is from the last few days. I might have missed one today. I don't know. I'll put it into another news of the day. So the Addams Trophy finalist, that's for the coach. That's Bruce Cassidy from Boston. I put it there towards John Tortorella from Columbus Blue Jackets, who, quite frankly, I mean, that team shouldn't even be anywhere near having a shot at being in this tournament. And, you know, a lot of it has to do with his coaching. I would think that they've managed to bear the loss of Panarin and Bobrovsky. The Bill Masterton, oh, I didn't say the rest. Alan Vigneault of Philadelphia is the third guy. Alan Vigneault, great coach. When he was here in Montreal, was young, needed to do a little bit more and, you know, get more experience. I really like him. I think he's a solid coach. He said when he took the job, he's going to get a cup with Philadelphia. I don't know if he will, but I think he's making that team a lot better, and I think he's well deserving of that. Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy, so that's for players who have faced some kind of obstacles in their career and have overcome. And so the first up is Stephen Johns, who I don't really know anything about, but he's from Dallas. He's had, I believe it's the effects of concussion. He's still having migraines and stuff like that. He's apparently ready to start playing again. 2 years suffering and trying to get back, and that's a, you know, I guess he deserves the nomination for sure. Bobby Ryan from Ottawa documented that he had alcoholism, and he overcame that. Apparently went for rehab, came back, played again, and did well. So he's up there. And Oscar Lindblom of Philadelphia. We all know he had the rare cancer. He's beaten it. He's cancer-free. Hasn't played yet, but he's cancer-free. And, you know, big thing because he's a good player. And he had to, like, during the season, he had to stop playing and go take the treatments. So these guys are the nominees. For me, this is how I feel. Okay, Oscar Lindblom, well-deserving of it. But to me, if you're going to be for the Bill Masterton, you need to have come back and actually played some games. He hasn't yet. So for me, I think, I keep saying for me, Oscar Lindblom, next year, you know, once he plays a little bit, then you put him up there. Same thing for me for Stephen Johns, who I don't know. I don't think he's played any games for Dallas yet. But if he has, okay, then he's well-deserving. If not, again, for next season, once he's played a few games, even if it's just a few games, but next season he has to play. In my opinion, he has to play games. So for me, Bobby Ryan should get it from Ottawa because he did come back and he played some games. That's how I feel. Will that be how it happens? Probably not. I would expect kind of Oscar Lindblom to get it because of the cancer and he recovered from it. That's what I think. But I really believe that he should get it next season. Okay, next one up there is the Calder Trophy. That's for the rookies. And no, Nick Suzuki's not on there, unfortunately. So we got Quinn Hughes of Vancouver, who had 45 assists, which led all rookies, and 53 points, which led all rookies. You've got Dominic Kubalik from Chicago, 30 goals, which led all rookies. And you've got Cale Makar. There's no way for him to lead. I don't know, he might have led in other categories, but nothing that I found. So it kind of looks bad, and he may win it, but for me, it's, again, it's Quinn Hughes on a lesser team, and he put up really good numbers, got 2 of the, points numbers, top ones, and I think for me, it's Quinn Hughes. Lady Byng Trophy for, I guess, gentlemanly player. Usually the player with the least amount of penalties. In that case, it would be Austin Matthews. I believe he has 8. 10 for O'Reilly, 12 for McKinnon. There is a defenseman, and the name is gone. I can't remember. There's a defenseman out there that has 10 and is not up on the board. Don't know why. But I actually think, in my opinion, instead of for me, in my opinion, I think it's going to go to McKinnon. I think he's going to go to McKinnon. One thing based on Matthews not going to get it because of the incident before the season started, where he pulled his pants down in front of a female security guard and sort of wounded her. So I don't think, to me, I think he doesn't get it. O'Reilly has an incident in his history. I don't know when he ran through Tim Hortons. Apparently he ran through he didn't drive through the drive-through. He drove through the restaurant, I think. So I don't know. For me, that doesn't work, and McKinnon gets it. If he does, I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. My opinion, he does. Ted Lindsay Award for the most outstanding player voted on by the players. So this is who the players think, not the writers, not the GMs, not the coaches, who the players think is the most outstanding player. So Leon Draisaitl from Edmonton, not surprised. Nathan McKinnon from Colorado, not surprised. And I think Artemi Panarin deserves it. And he got he wasn't in the Hart Trophy finalist, and he should have been. Because, I mean, where would New York be without his offense? I don't know where they'd be. So Panarin, third one there. And the last one is the Vezina. It's because we have a street in Montreal called Vezina. The Vezina Trophy finalists, Connor Hellebuck from Winnipeg. I don't know Vasilevsky's first name. So Vasilevsky from Tampa Bay, and Tuukka Rask from Boston. Who do I think should win it? I don't know. I kind of think Vasilevsky will win it. I think Hellebuck should win it. Hellebuck had a hell of a year. I've said it a few times. Sorry. I apologize. And I think he deserves it. He was on a lesser team, a team whose defense should have been falling apart. And I think the fact that Neil Pionk was a lot better than people would have thought, I think that's one of the reasons. But I think the rest of it, Connor Hellebuck was pretty fantastic. I think he should win it. I don't think he will, but I think he should. And if he does, well, okay, I'm predicting it. But that's my guy for the Vezina Trophy. So there you go. That's on my video. If you liked it, give a thumbs up. That's down there. That's also where the comment section is. So leave me any comments you have about any of these stories and my opinions on the stories. You might not agree. And who do you think, if you want to tell me who you think will win any of these or all of these awards, do that in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, there's a join button. If you want to be a member, hit the join button. You're going to see what you need to do to become a member. Starts as low as $1.99. And also down there, there is a subscribe and notification button. If you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And that's going to give you your daily, what is it I say? Oh yeah, that's going to give you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge. Right here at Talking Habs. So thanks for watching, everybody. Really do appreciate that. Please stay safe out there. Wear a mask like when you're out shopping or going to your office or whatever. Anytime you're indoors, where there's people and you're not at home, you should be wearing a mask. Really, you should be. Please do that so you can get back here and watch Talking Habs videos again. So thanks again for watching. And peace out, y'all. I'll see you next time. And bye-bye.